Let's dive into the fascinating world of Glassmorphism UI animation in Flutter. It's a really cool effect that gives your UI elements a frosted glass look, and we'll break down how to achieve it. First, create a new Flutter project. The main.dart is pretty straightforward. Here we set up our material app. We are setting Glassmorphism widget as our home widget. Now let's switch over to Glassmorphism.dart. This is where the core logic resides. First up, we have BackdropFilter, which extends CustomPainter. This class is responsible for drawing those beautiful animated gradient circles that form our background. It takes an offset as a required parameter. Inside its paint method, we define a paint object and set its shader to a linear gradient. This gradient goes from purple to indigo to blue accent, moving from the top left to the bottom right. Then, we draw two circles on our canvas using this paint. Notice how the offset influences the position of these circles, making them move horizontally. The shouldRepaint method simply returns true because our circles are constantly moving, so we always need to repaint. Next, we have Animated Background, which is a stateful widget. As its name suggests, this is where the animation for our background circles is managed. Its state, Animated Background State, mixes in single-ticker provider state mixin. This mixin is crucial because it provides the vsync property needed for AnimationController. In the init state of Animated Background State, we set up our controller. This AnimationController has a duration of 20 seconds and is set to repeat, reverse, true, meaning it will animate for 20 seconds, then reverse and animate back, creating a continuous loop. We then define an animation using a tween. This tween goes from -100.0 to 100.0, and it's driven by our controller with an ease-in-out curve, which provides a smooth acceleration and deceleration. In the dispose method, it's good practice to dispose of the controller to prevent memory leaks. The build method of Animated Background State uses an animated builder. This widget is perfect for animations because it rebuilds only the parts of the widget tree that depend on the animation. Inside its builder, we return a custom paint widget, and for its painter, we provide an instance of our background painter, passing in the current animation.value as the offset. This is what makes our background circles move. Moving on, we have the glass container widget, a stateless widget. This is the heart of our Glassmorphism effect. It takes a width, height, and a child. We wrap everything in a clip-art rect to give it nice rounded corners. Then the magic ingredient, BackdropFilter. This widget applies a graphical filter to its child and everything behind it. Here, we're applying an ImageFilter.blur with sigma x and sigma y values of 20.0, which creates that frosted glass blur effect. Inside the backdrop filter, we have a container. This container defines the visual properties of our glass element. It has a gradient that goes from a semi-transparent white, alpha 0.2, to an even more transparent white, alpha 0.05, giving it a subtle sheen. It also has border radius matching the clip-art rect and a border with a slightly more opaque white to give it that defined edge. Finally, the child passed to glass container is placed inside this container. And last but not least, we have our main Glassmorphism widget, also a stateless widget. This is the top-level structure of our Glassmorphism UI. The scaffold has a background color of deep purple shade 900, providing a nice dark backdrop for our elements. The body of the scaffold is a stack. This allows us to layer widgets on top of each other. The first child is a position.fill widget containing our animated background. Position.fill makes the animated background take up the entire screen, acting as our dynamic background. On top of that, we have a center widget. This is where our glass container is placed. We give it a width of 300 and a height of 200. As its child, we have a column. Inside this column, we've added a simple icon of a cloud and a text widget displaying Glassmorphism UI with a white color and bold font. This is the content that appears inside our frosted glass effect. So when you run this code, you'll see a dark purple background with two animated gradient circles moving around. In the center, there will be a beautiful frosted glass rectangle, and inside that rectangle, you'll see the cloud icon and the Glassmorphism UI text, subtly blurred by the effect of the backdrop filter. It's a really neat way to add depth and a modern aesthetic to your Flutter applications.